Okay, so this is from Buck Rellant.
Right
on. They said, tell us about your adolescence and how you ended up becoming friends. How did your paths cross? So whoever wants to go ahead and start off with that. I had a good childhood.
I mean, we all went to high school together in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then we can tap out, we can do little chunks together. So that's
it was a small school.
Yeah.
There weren't many options.
That's why we were forced together.
We were. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good way of putting it.
We were all interested in music, did music classes together, and as far I don't remember the creating of the band.
Yeah.
To be totally honest, like I do not remember the beginning of Attaboy.
I think Dashel and I might.
Yeah.
Do you want to go for it?
No, you go for it.
Thanks, Dash.
Sure, no problem.
Right back at you. Okay, so basically it started, Dashel and I were in a band with our friend John Boston, who goes by Mershak, creating music. And all, like, that kind of, we were in a weird surf rock band that we called Chekhov Gun. We had, like, 2 songs. And then one day, Dashel and I were hanging out, and we were like, oh, we should ask Eden if she wants to, like, play music with us. And then we went to the park, and then we wrote a song. And then that was really fun. And then I saw Lewis at a music festival called Sunset Junction. And I was like, hey, Dashel, Eden and I are writing music together. Will you be our drummer? And then he's like, yeah. And then I didn't see him the rest of the day. And then he texted me back, and then we had our first rehearsal at Lewis's house. And
oh my God,
that was kind of, so that was kind of how it all started.
Nice.
I just want to make that long story short. But
yeah, perfect. That was a proficient answer. Let's frickin' move on. That was awesome.
All right. This is from Criso Joaquin.
Phoenix.
So they want to know, what's your favorite song from the first album? And then I think it's an otter emoji. It's in black and white. I can't tell. Otter, like a sea otter, or this might be.
Oh, an otter emoji.
Yeah, this might be a freshwater one. So.
He tossed that in at the end of the question. Is it a little otter?
It's a little otter. I'm not. Yeah.
We should be spending all our time trying to decide what the
We have a limited amount of time, but we need to get to the bottom of this.
I think my favorite song to record was Readiness Is All, just because it was so fun and just like nice and kind of last minute and I don't know, just a nice thing to do. And then my favorite song to listen to is probably Out of Sorts. I love that song.
Yeah. My favorite one to record was Roadblocks, just the most fun, kind of diverse as the drummer. There's a lot of different tonalities to it. And then my favorite to listen to, Walden Pond Classic. Sorry.
I'll echo Eden's sentiment about recording Roadblock. Sorry, nope, not Roadblock. I'm gonna echo Eden's sentiment about recording Readiness Is All. There we go.
Yeah.
Great. Love this. Yeah, that was really cool. The whole setup was really awesome. It was like right at the end of our recession, and I don't know, something really like intimate and cool about that whole recording that song. Favorite to listen to or favorite like end product is really hard to choose. I think it's also Walden Pond.
All right. Do you or Eden want to go into a little bit about the Readiness Is All, just like really quick?
Sure.
About what that was, what the room setting was like?
Yeah, so when we were recording Readiness Is All, it was, like I said, it was right at the end. I think it was the last song we actually wrote. I came with the piano part to the band. It was like, I have nothing but this piano part, please help. And even came up with the melody and the lyrics. And we went with this really stripped down kind of arrangement that is on the final recording. So it was just me on the piano, and then Eden in the booth. We turned all the lights like way down, and then just Lewis on I think it was just like on one snare, right?
Yeah, it was this really, really loosened snare that I was just kind of like almost just using the rubber handles of brushes to kind of like almost resonate, and it kind of just created this weird little like almost just like static noise.
Yeah, a cool flutter on it. And Freddie was also there.
I was there. That is true. I think I got to enjoy it the most because I did just get to sit there and listen to it. And instead of like, because when we were recording, I always I'm so stressed out. I'm like, I'm going to mess up this take. But so it was really fun to just listen to you guys do that. And it's always fun when I come in and then there's like, hey, we have a song, which happened a couple times on the new album, which was fun.
I think at that time, also, you were right in the fetal stages of trying to really spend a lot of time growing the baseline of your mustache, so you had work to do in that sense as well.
Yeah, it's been 8 years. This is how far it's come, but a lot of it has to do with that song. And my favorite song to record was probably Out of Sorts because I love how just like, personally being the guitarist, I like playing the guitar parts. Lewis actually wrote the guitar part for the middle section. So that was...
It was kind of like, you were just like, I was like, I have this little diddle, and you're like, I guess I'll make a whole song around this little diddle.
Yeah. So it was, that was a fun one. And then, my favorite one to listen to is probably When We're Alone. I just love the, I don't know, just the franticness of it. And then also there's that section where everything kind of, and that was fun to work on the production with Jason with. Okay, so next question is from I Can't Find My Car Keys. And wants to know, what are some of our favorite albums?
Ooh.
Oh man,
you can go for right now or all time. I can start off. I constantly create lists and rankings and stuff in my head.
Oh really? Then please start. That's awesome.
Okay. My favorite album of all time is Revolver by the Beatles. I can listen to it over and over again. And it's just so cool and different, and was like this like divergent point in their career where they totally got really experimental and cool. But as far as like stuff that's out now, there is a woman from New Jersey. Her name is Nicole Atkins, and she has this album called Neptune City. And it's just so good. It's like has all these like orchestral arrangements, but also has like just like rock and like blues rock vibes that I really enjoy listening to. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys want to do an all time / like one that you're listening to now or.
Gwen got it.
What is it?
Elliott Smith?
XO, baby.
Oh, XO, baby.
XO, baby.
You're stuck with that now forever. Say that.
No.
No.
Yeah, I really like that album a lot. And I think like Yankee Hotel Foxtrot is up there for sure by Wilco. Just like, great like albums that you can just listen to all the way through and like experience something new every time, but also be able to like go back to like when you first heard it and like just all of those feelings intertwined. But those are just a couple of things. What was that?
I'm just gonna write it off as an earthquake.
Wow, that was just it. That shouldn't be there now.
Everything's fine.
Alright.
Okay, Dashiell.
So this is sort of a cop-out answer because it's a compilation album. But there's a compilation album called Dark Was the Night. And that one is an all-time favorite of mine.
Which disc?
There's like 8.
Yeah.
I don't know. So in a less cop-out answer, I've been listening to Another Green World, the Brian Eno album. It's not like new at all, obviously, but it's awesome. Dirty Computer, Janelle Monáe, a couple years old still, but also so friggin' good. And yeah, I could list albums, but I'm not going to do that.
I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, it's a hard one. I love one album. I love just all the way through is On the Beach, Neil Young. And like any of the first 3 Dr. Dog albums, first 4 Dr. Dog albums. I'll stick with that for now.
Yeah, I can definitely listen to like We All Belong over and over again.
Over and over, Just like however old I grow, I'm like, I'm gonna outgrow this eventually. I'm still connected with this.
Yeah, like the way the Lazy do.
Some sort of Arrested Development, but we'll never know.
Lee Hawks wants to know what brought us back together.
The short answer is Lewis.
I mean, that's short and very like, if we were to really look at the actual practical aspects that brought us together. But it's not like we were ever like we ever broke up. Like, it's not like there was never anything bad that happened right now. It was just a matter of us going to completely different states and leading our separate lives. And then kind of getting to a place where we all were kind of, things had quieted down, or like we were maybe a little more, we were in a position to record again. And I think, we had some really awesome, generous responses from people who loved the album. And we were like, okay, well, what are we doing with our time? We have time. We still have the passion. We still are all connected. Like, we love each other. We love playing music together. Why the hell not?
I also feel like it's kind of a funny timing that it seems like Freddie had been like asking us for years to like make more music, and then like right when he stopped asking, we were like, you know what we should do? You know what we should do? You should make another album. Yeah, it's just kind of funny.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's a good explanation, though.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. Yeah, so that's that's the short answer. It was just we finally could, and we all had time together. And then that kind of goes into Shiny Polar Leo, Shiny Polar Leo. This question about why did we disappear for so long? I think Lewis kind of touched on that. We didn't mean to disappear. We were all doing our own thing.
Yeah, we went to college, a lot of us, and versions of college. I don't know what you would call your program even.
It's higher education.
Yeah, higher education. Yeah, and kind of all started doing different things outside of music.
Yeah. So, that's really all that happened. There was no big thing that tore us all apart.
I mean, truthfully, we didn't expect, I think, the response to Out of Sorts that it got.
Yeah, that's very true.
We're very humbled by that, as it's happened over the last 8 years. We kind of put it out as this thing, as the culmination of kind of graduating from high school, and the people around us were and us also wanted to finally coalesce all of our musical thoughts into one recording. And so we put the Kickstarter together to do that, and then recorded it and put it out, and that was sort of great, we did this thing, and it was never we never expected this to blow up in the way it sort of did. So that's part of it as well.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah. I wish there was like a cooler story of like, you know, like I broke my arm and then we never talked again, and then like
We never wait. So in this case, we never talked. You broke your arm. We all said, "No, dude, we don't want to be your friend anymore."
Yeah.
Anybody has weak little arms, we don't.
yeah, that's
Talk
exactly.
to again. Yeah, that would be fucking really badass.
That'd be a sick story. It would make the three of you look not so great, but especially if like one of you broke my arm. So Ernie Porpoise.
Wait, Eden, you're on mute.
What? Oh, she's on mute. Are you
She's
eating?
telling secrets to herself, so she didn't want us to hear.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
She's got plumbing problems, and it would distract her.
Done.
Someone? No,
Yeah,
I know what that
done.
means.
Don't do it.
Cam.
I would-
I know Cameron is taking. Yep. Got it. That sign language. So
and you-
Ernie Porpoise wants to know what was the idea for Out of Sorts. I think Dashel just kind of got into that. It was just us 1 year removed from graduating high school, and we were all, you know, still writing music and stuff like that. And we just like finally got together, raised money through the Kickstarter, and put it all together. I don't think we necessarily went through it as like one cohesive idea.
I don't think any of us were like, let's join a band so that we can go on tour and do this for our lives, for the rest of our lives. Like, it was, I think Dashel said it so beautifully, like, yeah, it was kind of like something that we all just like felt was a great avenue with which to kind of compile and compose and like have some closure with our experiences together.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so I want to get to the question I referred to earlier. This is from James Likes to Yeehaw.
I love that.
Okay, well, okay. Maybe this
Good
question is
James.
maybe this question is towards one of us. Let me make sure I get this right.
James, I'm just going to apologize if I eventually in somewhere near future change my hands to Lou Likes to Yeehaw.
Ooh, that's such a good one.
But we do give credit.
I will do Lou Likes to Yeehaw, parentheses, thank you, James. So sorry for thefting your name, and parentheses.
Okay, so this is the question. Bonk?
Bonk. Yeah, I think Lewis said it best.
Okay.
I think a hard bonk, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So once Lewis reacted to the username, I thought he would have the best response. This is from. Sorry, that was it. Meg Hannatown or Megan Nuttown. Clearly, we went to a very advanced school. Do you plan to stay? I think they mean, do you plan to stay together longer after releasing this new album? I think with the way the world is operating right now, I have no idea what we're gonna do. Like we briefly talked about performing, but that doesn't seem like it's gonna be a thing for a long time.
Day by day, baby.
What?
Day by day.
Day by day.
Day by day.
So, but yeah, I mean, we're planning on not, what has been referred to as disappearing. We definitely don't want to do that again. But
I think we definitely want to yeehaw for a little while more.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we got some more yees left in our haws.
And some bonks left in our bag.
Oh.
Do I have to credit him every time I can steal something from him?
Thank you, James.
Thank you. And some bonks left in our bag.
Okay, so we kind of covered all that. And then... Oh! I know who this is for. Who designs our album covers?
Well, no, I mean, we all do. I mean, it's definitely a group. It's definitely a group process of like, what do we want it to look like? What is the?
It's like we all try to contribute. We all try to contribute, and then Lewis is like, "I just made this thing when I was hanging out yesterday. I was just taking my Sunday to do some art, but it's kind of stupid." And then we're like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! We have to use this." So.
I think, yeah, I mean, there's two different stories for both ones. I mean, I was in college taking a woodcut print class, and we were just as we had already finished the album. We were like thinking about album covers, and I was like, I'll just make this thing in case we want to. So I did a little hand carved wood print with a general idea of just kind of like what is the how to make me feel personally, and then we went with that, and then like Dashiell was you at that point. It was you, Dashiell, who kind of did the aesthetic design of the actual album and taking pieces of the cover and beautifully incorporating them in the rest of the physical album. And then on this one, we were just like, okay, what are we going to do next? We wanted to be a little different. We wanted to have some kind of threads of similarity and familiarity, so it doesn't feel too much like we're strangers to people who maybe feel like we're, that they know us or something, which is the whole goal, is you kind of want to make these friends who maybe you never meet, but you feel connected to them. So it was cool. On that one, I did a linoleum cut, which is like rubber, not wood, because I didn't have access to all these wood prints and everything. And similarly, tried to just distill some of the ideology of the album into some imagery of freaking. I went from there, and then this time around, Freddie, you did all the freaking crazy ass incorporating sweet little cacti and shit like that into you and your sister, right?
Yeah, I put the cacti that you created on the spine,
which I would fucking take me a year to figure out how to do that.
Once I showed you, you'd be very, very not impressed with me.
I am. Don't show me. So
okay. Well, Lewis also created the liner notes and wrote the track listing on the back. And I used Photoshop to make them squares and put them in the place on the template. But yeah, a lot of people have been asking about that on Instagram, who creates the album artwork, and they want prints. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So,
yeah, okay.
We should talk about it.
I don't think I can do like actual prints.
Oh no.
Like a poster.
No, we can make posters.
Okay, yeah.
But we'll talk about it on our time.
Yeah. Next question. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Forgot we weren't just on like a group like band meeting chat.
Let's see. Okay, a lot of these are repeat questions. This one I can answer really quick. This is from It's Branson, bitch. That one I got right. They want to know when we are coming out with vinyls, and we're going to be releasing a single this week, and then shortly after that, we're going to be launching our website that has a store, and you're going to be able to pre-order Out of Sorts on vinyl, and our new album, Big Heart Manners, on vinyl, and some t-shirts.
Yeah.
Some pocket tees. Yeah. So
that's
that
actually
was
kind of something you just blew over, but we should really dive into that. They're pocket tees. What bands have a pocket on them? On their tees, excuse me.
It's true.
Lou, show us what you can do with your pocket.
Oh, I'm actually not wearing pants right now. This is perfect for my gum.
Exactly. And that's what sets us apart.
I am wearing pants. It was for the demonstration. We don't know that.
Okay, and then I have two more questions, basically. One was from email from Amberly Rose from New Zealand. Wants to know where is your dream place to play a concert? This could be just like a city, or it could be a specific venue. She's expecting the answer to be New Zealand, and wants to know why you picked New Zealand. But we can make it broader.
Me personally, I don't even know if the venue exists, but I would love to play on like an outdoor stage in Mill Valley with like a bunch, like in the daytime, with a bunch of people of all ages and babies and little kids running around, and beer and like amongst the redwoods. That's my dream. Okay,
Let's make it happen.
All right. I don't know. I have no idea.
Let's make it happen.
I mean, playing the Hollywood Bowl would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
That's like obviously the big time dream. That or the Greek Theater in Berkeley. I absolutely love that theater. At night, the way the fog comes in off the hill makes for this really wild listening experience. It's one of my favorite venues to visit and play there. Again, would be absolutely incredible.
I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's a little venue called the Biltmore in Vancouver. And it is small, but not too small, and it's like in a basement, and it's got good vibes, if you will, and yeah, but that's what I can think of, really. Yeah, but the Biltmore. Okay.
Nice. Let's make it happen. Dashel, we'll try. No, I was also going to say the Hollywood Bowl. Just growing up in LA, that's the place. I saw John Williams there. It was awesome. Kobe read his poem or his short story. But it's a little mad that none of the Harry Potter kids were there, even though they're adults. Okay, and the last question is, and I figured it's a good way to wrap up, just to let people know a little bit more about us individually. It's like what we've actually been up to for the past 8 years. Like individually, if you want to talk about it all, plug your stuff. I went to college. That's about it. Also concert venue. I saw a concert at Dodger Stadium, and that would be sick too.
Oh yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of people though.
Let's see. A lot happened between the last album and now.
Just give it like month by month.
Yeah. No, I started doing some acting work and was kind of constantly being like, do I want to do music? Do I want to keep doing music? Or should I just keep following this acting stuff? And had lots of odd jobs, worked in comedy clubs for a while, and was between the coasts. And now I live up in the Hudson Valley with my fiance and my dog, and I just like work when I work, and we write music up here, and but it's just been a lot of working and trying to work, and
yeah. Can I ask one follow-up question for you, Eden? Is the painting behind you the same painting from Ghostbusters 2?
I don't know, is it?
Looks a lot like it.
It's the Blue Boy.
It's Blue Boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
My little Blue Boy.
Okay. Also, is that a saw and a bow hanging from the wall? And that's a fun arrangement.
Yeah, it's fun. It's pretty
those
cool.
cool little dead bouquets just kind of create some sweet smells.
Dead bouquets actually smell awful.
Oh, really?
Well, it's because I don't hang them before they're dead. I feel like if you hang them when they're still alive, they have a good smell. But I just let them rot as they are, like in a vase first, and then hang them.
I love it.
Okay, this is stupid. Why are we talking about this? Somebody else go.
Dashloo.
Okay, yeah. I went to college, dropped out of college, went back to college, graduated from college.
Wow.
Yeah, quite a journey. And now I work making mobile games. So I work at a company that makes games for your phone. Yeah, exciting stuff.
Oh yeah.
You also played Quidditch, which is dope.
I did play Quidditch. Had a brief stint as a star beater, by which I mean I was pretty mediocre at Quidditch. Got my ass kicked a lot. Yeah.
I'm still jealous of that. My school didn't have that.
It's awesome. I went to college in North Carolina. A little school called Warren Wilson. Very awesome school. Loved it. Studied theater and social work. Came to LA after and started getting, still playing music all the while. And then came back, started playing music, started acting and babysitting a lot, and then just kind of seeing which eggs I put in which baskets hatched first, and then chasing those little chickadees around the yard. And so I've been acting mostly. Yeah. Now I live in Tahunga, up in the deep valley of Los Angeles, at the foothills of the Angeles National Forest. This is where I am now.
Cool. And so we all graduated from high school together. I was going to go to college. I didn't go to college. And I started going to community college. And I stopped going to community college. And then I applied to Berklee College of Music. And I went. And I graduated. And I was like working the whole time I was there. I worked like 2 to 3 part-time jobs. And so I didn't really, yeah. And then after college, I was like super burnt out. And I drove across the country from Boston, Massachusetts, back to LA, and it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. And then when I got back to LA, I started playing music with a couple bands, and then that's about it. Yeah, nothing super cool. And then we all got back together, and that's where our cross paths again. Our paths crossed. Oh! That's when our paths.
That's when I crossed, and that's when the turntables.
And how the turntables.
Okay, well, clearly we're a high-functioning band.
We'll get better at these Q&As.
Yeah.
This is our very first one, so.
And yeah, so if you're watching this, why? But thanks for tuning in, and we all really appreciate the love and support that all of you give us, and we can't wait to share more music with you. Okay, bye.
Bye.